what do I say? Next, right now, I'm next to Tasha Lee. Tasha Lee came to me actually for one day. Yay, one day. Anyway, she's here for one day, so I do a video with her. She has an amazing story of how she overcame a lot of things just to be alive.
If we wanted to,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm telling my story?
Yeah. But our goal is no disease in this world. That's my goal. And your case, it's like an inspiration for millions of people because it's going to affect
just an idea.
diabetes. Is going to affect 1 out of every 3 children born today with diabetes. It's a known fact. Yeah. And from my way of thinking, no reason. Okay. No pressure.
Okay, well I have type 1 diabetes and epilepsy. Got diagnosed when I was 11. Had an eating disorder for like 15 years, and as part of my recovery process, I had to learn how to nourish my body in a healthy, unselfish way. So that's how I started with raw foods, and just tried a whole bunch of different theories, and the one that actually worked for my body was the one high in fruit, low in fat. But then, am I going to talk about the deficiencies?
Yeah, talk about whatever you want. Because there's a lot of theory out there, and everyone's right. And your path may not be someone else's path, and your path may be your path. I don't know.
Okay, so
so why explain what happened, what you're eating, what, and then boom, boom, boom. Then you find out this wasn't your path.
Okay, so I was doing fruit-based. I was eating a pound of greens per day and a lot of fruit, and I was not doing any overt fats because of my diabetes. I wanted to keep my fats minimal. So
you had diabetes type 1, and everything that you tried up until that point that you started was not working.
Right.
So then you went to 80-10-10, which is high fruit, low fat.
Correct. Yes. So going no fat didn't work for me either.
Give me an example of what you're eating.
Okay. I would do green smoothies a lot to get in my greens. So
what was in a green smoothie?
I would do like 5 bananas, and a pound of greens.
5 bananas, that's about 600 calories, and a pound of greens is 700 calories.
And maybe one of those a day, maybe 2 of those a day.
That's it?
No, that was how I got my greens in. And then for fruit, I would just eat, I don't know, maybe like a bag of grapes, or it's hard to remember. That was in Ohio, but I did like, I don't know, nowadays I would eat 5 mangoes or something for a meal. So I did a lot of fruit mono meals. Yeah.
And the reason why?
Because I wanted to keep it simple. Well, because it was like a month after I started this that I had major exhaustion.
Wow.
And I crashed. So I just wanted to eat as simply as possible to conserve my body's energy. So my first deficiency was vitamin D, and
that's from the sun.
Yes. And I never went outside, but I never had a problem with it in the past because I was eating foods that were fortified with vitamin D. And so when I stopped that and I wasn't going outside and I wasn't getting any kind of vitamin D, then I kind of went too low. So it took about 9 months to where I could even function. Like I was so exhausted.
You were exhausted all the time.
All the time. I couldn't do anything.
You were eating food all the time.
Yes.
And you weren't going outside all the time.
I started going outside after that.
After what?
After I got my deficiency. But I was in Ohio and it was winter. I couldn't get that much from the sun. So I did a UVB tanning bed. And then I started supplementing with D3.
And what happened then?
So it took a very long time to bring my levels up, at least 9 months.
Wow.
And meanwhile, I got fat because I wasn't doing anything, and I was still trying to eat more calories to get more energy. And it gave me a little bit more energy, but mostly I just was still too
Did you exercise?
I didn't have energy to do anything. I was like too tired to go like this, I couldn't exercise.
You couldn't exercise. You switched it up to a high fruit, no fat diet. And it wasn't working.
Well, it was doing well for a lot of things, but yeah. So I fixed the vitamin D deficiency, and but it still took a long time because my fitness dropped down to 0. So I had to totally start from 0.
How about rebound?
I started that.
You could have started on a rebound and not do anything, and someone could have jumped for you.
That's cool.
That's what I do sometimes. We have a girl from Michigan, and I told her she has to do a rebound every single day. She said, I have no energy. I said, put your feet on your rebounder. I will jump for you.
That's cool. We eventually got one, and I started using it. I've been, after the D12, or after the D, I was also low in B12 then, so I started taking B12, but that one got fixed pretty easily. And then after 2 years, I still wasn't better from the exhaustion, even though my D was normal.
He's 32.
See, from my experience, most times you get results within a month or so. But not from insulin. Not from insulin. These are people who have diabetes type 2.
Right. Yeah, but my exhaustion was, I think, deficiencies. So then after those 2 years and I was still exhausted, then someone suggested that I could be low in essential fatty acids. So I tried putting in chia and hemp, and my exhaustion started to improve. Like my sleep improved, which helped me really feel better, and also my other.
So once you began chia and hemp seed, you began feeling better.
Yes.
And what about avocado?
I wasn't doing avocado. I was trying to do things that had more omega-3s in them.
I ate avocado. I saw it's my only fat.
Okay.
I don't eat hemp seed, I don't eat chia seed. I don't eat anything other than avocado and bananas. Dates.
Yummy.
I just out of curiosity. As I'm listening to you, I'm thinking about
So then after that, I started feeling a lot better fixing that, and then I realized I also started adding in just barley, the juiced barley grass powder. And I had been doing up to like 3 pounds of greens per day because I was craving salads a lot. And when I started doing the juiced barley grass powder, I stopped craving salads at all. Like, I don't really care about them anymore. So I think I was missing minerals and... Yeah.
So you began taking just barley. You cut out 3 pounds of greens. You added chia seed and hemp seed. And now you're running marathons.
No. I was feeling a lot better, but still exhausted, still struggling with things. So now I tested and I'm low in iodine. So I'm working on supplementing that, and it's cofactors now. I'm not using liquid form, no. But well, no, I did that. But I'm actually using the iodine supplement. So that and the cofactors, and so that starts the whole bromine detox process. So I'm still working through all that. So I've still got a lot of health stuff going on.
You still have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You've been at it like 6-7 years based on what you're talking about. 5-6 years on high fruit and fat.
It's been 3.5 years on the fruit, but I started raw like 2008. I started trying raw, but I wasn't very good at it.
Where do you think it'd be behind it?
Well, right before I went raw, I was doing a very high animal protein diet, and it was high in fiber, and it was to prevent sugar spikes. But like I was farting all the time, and I felt like my blood sugars it was just hard to predict what was going on, and my teeth were going really bad, and they've got a lot of things happen to me since doing it, and I'm off my epilepsy medication. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. That's a huge reason I don't want to go back to the animal products, is because I stopped having the seizures with my low blood sugar. So
what's your advice for people on type 1?
I tell people with type 1 that there's a lot of approaches you can take. It depends on what you want to do, because I know that switching diet is pretty extreme. And I mean, there are people who do low carb for type 1 diabetes, but I don't want to do that long term. I don't want to run into heart problems from the higher fat diet and stuff. And then there's this diet, which I think is great for health long term, but it's definitely takes commitment. And then some people choose to just do insulin for whatever they eat, and it's everyone's choice. Really, what consequences do you want to
coming out with a book? Or you wrote a book?
Yeah, it's finished.
What's that about?
It's about.
It's not totally, because you really didn't beat diet. You're still working at it.
Yep, I still have it. Yeah, my book is about the type 2s who do what I'm doing, but they got rid of their type 2 by doing it. So it's
type 2 is pretty easy for mine. Type 1 I never had experience with, other than Randy. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Yeah.
Well, some type 2s are on insulin. So, you know, getting off insulin could be a type 2 thing.
Right. What do you think about this whole thing? Diet and insulin and diabetes. Your goal is for no diabetes? Why are you here?
That's a tough question. Why am I here? Why am I here at Arnold?
Yeah, because you know what? My goal is no disease. And you're saying that diabetes, it's almost not unbeatable, but it's going to take a long, long time. And you go to day in, down, day in, down, day in, down. And you don't even know what. It's almost like, what do I do?
Okay. As a type 1, yeah. I'm doing the same thing, and I still have it. And it is really tough, you know, because everything affects type 1 diabetes. But I feel like this is definitely, you know, I don't have all the colds that I used to get. My teeth are better. I would say a lot of things are improved, but now I'm going through detox from bromine, so like my skin that was better.
You're going to detox
better.
from romaine?
Bromine.
Oh, bromine? Bromine?
Bromine. Not from, I thought you were like not romaine, not from romaine lettuce.
What's bromine? Bromine is a pill you're taking?
It kind of takes the place of iodine in your body, so when you take the iodine, it cuts the bromine out, so you get a detox. So,
You know,
and a lot of
where I was
stuff.
going back to was all like, not
How you feeling, by the way?
I was like, I even told, like, I was like, whatever.
I'm enjoying traveling. It's really fun to see Arnold's way.
Good.
My life.
You hear that? It's fun.
It's really great to meet Arnold for the first time.
That was fun, but like that kind of like
Feeling good.
Feeling good. Okay. Yay. Anyway, this is Dr. Arnold, Tasha, author, diabetes is a tough struggle. You do it day in, day out, day in, and this, in your heart and soul, this is your path.
No, I believe that.
Yep. I feel like this is where I need to be.
That's the same way with me. My heart and soul, I'm basically through. Same thing every day, and this is where I have to be.
No intention.
Up and as it's
I'm
good.
sure I know.
Anyway, live. Bye.
Yeah.